Well, hello there, chums. Today I'm looking at the Matrix Unreal 5 engine demo, and oh my days, this is mind-blowing stuff. Now, at the start, it's going to be a lot of FMV type sequences, but none of it is by real actors. What you're seeing now is not a real actor. This is all generated using the Unreal Engine 5, and it just looks so realistic. It looks like we're watching The Matrix from back when it was created, you know. So it's probably not on par with what we're seeing in latest Hollywood blockbusters, but it's not far off. So it's almost film perfect for next-gen consoles. Now, a lot of this intro stuff, I mean, I'll let you have a quick listen to what he's saying right now.
Why we want to make X instead of Y? Where do ideas of who we are and what we want even come from?
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
In an industry where actors have tried to remain perpetually young, we wondered about digital faces that could become immortal.
Hi, I'm Carrie-Anne Moss, and I played Trinity in the Matrix films. 20 years ago, we asked ourselves how long it would be before faces and bodies could be changed as easily as we change clothes.
We wondered, what would identity mean in a completely digital world?
And what would reality mean when a world we can build feels as real as our own? They were fine with your theoretical mumbo-jumbo, but they needed some sexy action.
Well, sexy action, you say? Well, that's where I step in. Hello there, people. So, yeah, we do actually get to play this. This is actually in-game sort of graphics, if you want to believe that, which I didn't at first. I was like, okay, well, this is just some glitzy shine upon all of this sort of stuff. But no, in a moment, you actually get to walk around this city. So stay tuned for that. But at the moment, this is kind of mixing like the full motion video with interaction game type mechanics. So in a second, I actually get to shoot bad guys. Well, I say bad guys. I get to shoot the tyres out on vehicles that are actually pursuing us through this city. But then after that, we actually get out on foot. And we play as this lady that's in the back of the car now, walking around the city space. And oh my days, stay tuned because it gets really freaking mind-blowing in a moment. But yes, anyway, I'll let you watch a little bit of me shooting out some car tyres.
So, what now? Haven't you ever watched a movie before? Shoot the tires. Say no more.
Okay, so now this is where it sort of swaps to game mode, and I get to actually select which tyres I'm shooting. Now it is just choosing an elliptical, so I just switch targets and shoot, so it's just two buttons. There's no real skill involved, and I'm thinking, well, this isn't really a game. This is like almost like a HUD being placed over some FMV, and then when I press, it does some sort of interaction. But there's a little bit more going on there. This is still part of the game engine and rendering what I do. I mean, if I didn't shoot this guy, he probably would have punched me in the frickin' head. So yeah, there is a little bit of nuance in actual game here. And I'm thinking, if they could do this with sort of cutscenes in future games, even this is pretty outstanding. You know, while a game's loading, perhaps you could be doing something along the lines of this, you know, in between different sections of cities. And I'm thinking, wow, as a tech demo goes, this is actually really cool. I'm liking this, especially if it was with an SSD. So yeah, you don't even notice the transition from one area of a city to another. And I'm thinking, yeah, this could be pretty darn sweet. I was quite impressed with this. But wait a few more moments. Anyway, I'm going to shut up again and let you watch me take out a helicopter.
We need cover. Hang on. Still on us. Up ahead. It's supposed to be safer. These guys just don't
thought you'd never ask. You boys are gonna get a kick out of this. Come and get it!
Now, okay, these sort of effects on sort of par with something like Bollywood or something, isn't it? It's not quite Hollywood standard, but it's nearly there. You know what I mean? It's freaking crazy stuff. I mean, the particle effects and everything else that's going for it, and even like this little piece with the timing, boom, firing out the bullet, so cinematic, so awesome. Look at that, it's even got like the bullet trail effects that we saw from the original Matrix films. Loving it, really, really cool. If this comes out as an actual playable title, I'd be interested in picking it up, especially if it's using Unreal Engine 5 and it's on the PlayStation 5. That'd be freaking epic. I mean, look at this. Yeah, the cityscape is amazing, and now that it's actually starting to go up, it shows you how all this magic is done. Now you can just press X to apply different filters to see how the actual engine is working out all of this sort of world dynamic, and it's really quite interesting. So yes, but in a moment I actually get to put boots on the ground and we walk around the city. I don't want to spoil it for you too much. Well, I can't. I'm not. We get to it when we get to it. But take a look at this. This is all the techie stuff. So all I'm doing is pressing X when it tells me to, and you can see like the visual overlays and what's actually happening. And imagine this on other games, and imagine if they put this into Cyberpunk. This is the future of Cyberpunk, isn't it? You know, what we're looking at here applied to any game, GTA. Amazing stuff. Even if it was a space adventure game, and they applied the Unreal Engine to it. Freaking epic stuff. So I have seen this Nanite technology visualization actually demoed in other tech demos prior, but when you look at it on a city, I saw it on a landscape, and on a landscape it was impressive, but here, Nanite technology is just blown polygon count out of the water. It's impressive as. Now when I actually toggle the actual pixelation rendering, you can see it goes a little bit fuzzy in the background. I press it again, it goes nice and sharp. But look at all the reflections and all the windows and everything. It just seems to... It's just seamless, and it just seems so well optimized. And when I say it seems so well optimized, what you're seeing here, I walk around these streets in a moment, and we actually walk past individuals, and I sort of try to bother them as much as I can. But here we go, it's actually going to transition now into me controlling this character walking around this city. And I thought, no, it's going to be some sort of gimmick, it can't look this good. And then it does look this good. I mean, yes, we've got games like Watch Dogs, and we've also got things like Cyberpunk. But then with this engine, it just takes it to a whole new level. It's like being in a movie. It's not far off from being in a movie, especially when you swap into camera mode like this and you can just sweep around and you can see all the light reflections and all the puddles. And this world seems to be quite organic and living and breathing. So I take a little walk around, and what I'm looking for is to see if I can see any NPCs that are in the same sort of shirt or tie or whatever, got the same sort of look on their faces. Just like Cyberpunk, you can see two identical people almost walking next to each other in the street, and it just blows the immersion away straight away. And all these sort of shop facades, I mean, yes, they haven't been overly detailed, but at least they've been looked at, and I don't see many that look all too similar. I mean, those two are definite clones, and that one. But then as you're walking past, it's like that guy we just saw in the check jumper. As you carry on walking down the street, do we see another guy with that checkerboard sort of jumper? No, we don't. And then I bother this guy, I sort of bounce into him to see if he sort of, reacts. And they do react, they're not sort of crouching for cover or running away or anything. And that, yeah, they're keeping eye contact, they're looking at me and stuff. But do I see another guy in that sort of same blue suit with the long hair? No, I don't. It's quite impressive, it has to be said. I've seen a lot of cars that are the same, but then you do see cars that are the same in the streets. But at least all the NPCs seem to have enough variety that it doesn't feel samey and repetitive like in the likes of Cyberpunk. Look at these sort of offices. quite nice. Yeah, awesome. And the trees and everything that's going for it, and the detailing, even these posters, I'm like, wow, that looks like a cover of, you know, one of those Fortune magazines or whatever. Yeah, really quite interesting. Nice little nuances in the world. Even the textures on the pavement slabs are pretty darn freaking awesome. I'm just blown away by the cityscape. And I know this is just a tech demo, but if this is a taster of what next gen's games are going to be like, frickin' bring it on, because this is awesome. I know Spider-Man looks rather tasty, doesn't it, on PS5? But does it look this tasty? I don't think so. This is very realistic, very awesome. And there's quite a lot of cars. I tried driving a car in a bit, Chums. Yeah, you can drive a car. I'm in drone mode here, so I'm flying up onto the actual buildings. But as I'm going up, I'm taking a look through the windows into the actual office complexes, and they all seem to be fairly fully realised. I mean, they are 3D structures. They're not just flat textures in there. There's no cutting corners here, people. It looks really quite nice. Here you go. I'll go over to a car. And yes, it's given me the option to drive. I pressed the wrong button. My fault. Let's get into this car. There we go. And it is just a tech demo, so you know you're not going to be able to see the interior of the car. There's no swap or toggle camera view mode there, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been nice to have seen all the dashboard and stuff, wouldn't it? And I must say, I thought the driving in frickin', you know, Cyberpunk was bad. This is really freaking twitchy. Yeah, I kind of write off a few cars in the first couple of seconds because the actual steering isn't exactly the best. I am trying to get onto the path to see if I can run over some civilians, but my car gets totaled now. Yeah, it won't go any further, so I need to go and get myself another car to see if we can run over some civilians. Okay, I'm not very good at this, am I? But you can see here they're all like digital representations because it's in the Matrix, and I completely totaled another car. I don't know why the rear end of my car just exploded then. But yeah, I quite like the particle effects and the smoke and things and the damage effects on the vehicle, quite nice. And the fact that the wheels turn when you turn the steering wheel. I like the little map that pops up, and then I realise I'm quite close to what looks to be a coastline. So let's go and see if we can jump in the sea, is what I'm thinking. But to get there, probably I'd need another car. So I'd see you down at the actual harbour and we'll see how we get on with jumping into the sea. Back once again with the Renegade Master dressed in his little fishy pyjama. Yeah, here I am, and I'm going to be going across this cross junction and hopefully parking the car in a parking space. Yes, why not keep up the immersion? Here we go, so we are. I'm just going to park here, and let's reverse this in. Let's actually do it. Let's do it justice. There we are, and let's get out of the car. And look, there's an NPC coming across, and he sees that my door's open, and he turns around and walks the other way. It's actually got better AI technology in this than in Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk's a full game. Or supposedly. Hopefully we're going to get some updates and DLC to Cyberpunk. And the next gen update, hopefully it's going to deliver something along this sort of level. I mean, this is just jaw-breakingly beautiful. And yeah, fingers crossed for the future of gaming, people. Because if this is a taste for a future of gaming, imagine GTA with this sort of graphical standard. Oh! Awesome! I mean, I'm not a GTA fan, but slap this graphics over the top of it, I could quite easily pick it up and play it. Yeah, I was like, good. This looks freaking amazing. So yeah, I want to jump into the actual water, but I can't find an opening. It seems to be that they've completely cordoned all that off. So I figure, well, let's go into drone mode and let's see if we can dive in the water in drone mode. Sadly, there seems to be a block in volume there. So yeah, it's a tech demo. Am I expecting too much? Yes, as always. Of course I am. It's Captain freaking Steve, fussy pants. Right, anyhow, it does look freaking awesome. And when I say fussy pants, this has really got me excited. If this is just a taster, I can't wait to see what comes in Unreal Engine 5. Imagine all these developers out there with these dev kits right now. And this is the sort of thing that they can churn out. I mean, this is a tech demo. Tech demo! Are they even working on a Matrix game? I kind of hope so now. I mean, this looks freaking sublime, and it's only given us some of the game mechanics if it is. So yes, very, very excited. What do you guys think? Please put all your comments in the comments area. That's what it's for. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.